Hi guys, it's Mena, and today in this video I'm going to do the story time tag. So I'm going to get started, and I will put all the thingies down below. So I'm going to get started, and I tag to do this tag, and I'm going to get started. So number one, talk about a time you lied to a parent. So this happened when I was about probably like 9 years old. I was playing with my dog Rex that we had at the time. Like we had an English setter named Rex. And I was playing with him, and he was still kind of a puppy, and then I tried to get him to play, but then he didn't want to play anymore, so I pulled on his collar to get him to play, and then he cried and growled, and then my mom got mad. She goes, "Why was Rex crying?" And I said, "I don't know." And she goes, "Did you do something?" And I said, I didn't do anything. And she obviously could tell that I was lying to her, and I got in so much trouble for that. My mom easily can tell when people are lying to her. Number two, tell a time that you stole something. I have never stolen anything in my entire life. Number three, a confrontation you had with a teacher. One time, okay, so this was, started last year. So this was like, a staff or something. My friend was like playing, and I were playing a poking game, and this was my friend who was a girl. And we were playing the poking game, and then I wanted it to stop, and I politely told her to stop. And then this one guy pokes me, and I told him, I asked him nicely not to poke me, and then I was accused of being mean to somebody when I wasn't, and I tried to tell her that wasn't trying to be mean, but she wasn't listening. And then no one believed me, and then the problem got dealt with after it was talked about. Number four, the best gift ever. I don't really have anything that was the best gift ever, but I'm going to probably say that this was a big surprise. So, on my 21st birthday, I come home and look at my room, and I have like new carpet in my room that was replaced, and I was like super surprised, and it turned out my mom had taken the day off on my birthday to get my carpet replaced in my room, which is a really nice surprise because I never expected to actually have new carpeting on my birthday. Like, we talked about getting new carpeting, but didn't know when it was going to happen, so what we did was we redid my room with new carpeting, and that was like such a nice gift. Number five, a time you tricked a sibling. I'm really bad at tricking people, obviously. So, my brother actually used to bribe me a lot. Like, for instance, he'd ask me to do his chores for him, and he'd go to, like, our local corner store for me. And I think I tricked my sister one time. I told her I'd do one time I tricked my sister into cleaning the room, and I told her I think I'd give her, like, something, and if she helped me clean the room, because back then we shared a room. I don't really remember because this was a really long time ago, because I think I tried to trick her into cleaning the room, and I told her I'd do something for her if she cleaned the room. And after she cleaned the room, she goes, "Can you do that thing you said you'd do for me?" And I said, No, and I felt kind of bad because she started crying, I think. I don't really remember because it was a really long time ago. Number six, boyfriend or girlfriend cheated on you. I've never had a boyfriend, so I don't know what it's like. Number seven, at that time you broke up with a friend. Okay, so this was my sophomore. If you count breaking up with a friend, like stopping friends with them anymore, I'm going to tell this story. So it all started my sophomore year in high school. I had this friend who was like really controlling. Like, she constantly would like make me eat lunch with her and never let me eat with my other friends, which I wanted to do. And and I accidentally said something about her, and I don't know what I was thinking. I was saying she was being bossy and she accused me of talking about her, but I was just saying, you're saying she was being a bossy, and then I tried to talk to her, but she wasn't listening to me. And then she accused me of calling her a little kid, but I wasn't trying to, because I told her she was kind of acting like a little kid, which sounded like it. And then I told her I wanted to eat lunch with my other friends, and she was really mad because she was going to plan this like party thing, and she she was planning this party thing at lunch, and then she was like, you're gonna leave me all by myself. I'm like, you have your other friends with you too, you know. And then we just stopped being friends after that because I felt like she was too controlling for me. So I ended up hanging out with other people. Number 8, a time you embarrassed yourself while playing sports. This is pretty embarrassing. So when I was little, my mom signed me up for soccer. And every time I'd go and play soccer, I felt like I was getting left behind by all the other people. I'd be all like, wait up, guys, wait up for me, blah, blah, blah. And it was kind of embarrassing. Seeing because everybody... It was kind of embarrassing. Seeing because I'd be yelling, because I do yell pretty loud. Oh yeah, because I am pretty loud. Oh, it was like a little embarrassing because I was getting left behind, and my mom kind of found it funny, but I was a little embarrassed. Number 9, a story of how you got your pet. I'm going to tell the story of how we got Pearl. So after the year after my grandpa died, my stepdad at the time came home with a present for my mom, and it was our dog Pearl, who a lot of you guys know sadly passed away last year, about a year ago. My mom wasn't a huge fan of Boston Terriers back then because she didn't really think they were that cute because they had really smashed noses. But when he brought Pearl home for her on her birthday, she was like she fell in love with Pearl immediately, and so did we. We just loved Pearl, and she was about July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. She was about 9 months old when we brought her home. She was so cute. Cute. I really miss her. Number 10, a holiday catastrophe. So this was when I was about, this is kind of embarrassing. This was like Christmas Day when I was 10 years old. So, when I was about 10 years old, I was dying. I mentioned this in my, my throwback tag, but when I was about 10 years old, and I'm slightly embarrassed by this still. I was about 10 years old. I was dying for this Barbie plush dog and plush cat because I was really into stuffed animals. I do like stuffed animals still. But unfortunately I didn't get it for Christmas, so I threw a massive fit over not getting it, and I really wanted it, and I kind of felt like I acted like a spoiled brat, and that was really embarrassing. I had never acted like that before after getting something I didn't like. Number 11, that time you tried out for something. I don't remember if I tried out for anything at that time, so I can't really think of a story for that. Number 12, something that happened to you while camping. Okay, so one time I went camping with my family and I went inner tubing. I used to love to go inner tubing. I haven't done it in so long. I've done it with my sister, I've done it with my mom, I've done it with my brother, I've done it with my cousins, and I had like so much fun. But one thing I always did whenever I'd fall off the tube is I'd crack up because I had so much fun because my uncle made like the boat riding so much fun. Like he'd sometimes jerk the boat over the waves, and it made it a lot of fun, like to go like this is fast, this is slow, and then this is stop for skiing. Because if you try to tell the person to stop while you're skiing, it doesn't really work, unfortunately, because they can't hear you because the boat's so loud. No, so that was a lot of fun, like me falling off the tube every time I went inner tubing. Number 13, a vacation mishap. can't really think of any vacation mishaps, except for one time I was cranky one morning because everyone was kind of teasing me, and I don't do well when people tease me sometimes. I get a little snippy and my feelings get hurt easily, so I'm really sensitive. So I have a bad habit of not knowing how to ignore people when they tease. And I don't think they were meant to tease, they were just trying to have fun, but they didn't know it would go too far. Number 14, a day everything went wrong. This actually happened last year. So last year, I was having a really horrible day. It was my girl's problem. I bet a lot of you girls know what I'm talking about. I had my girl's problem that day, and then I was walking to the bus stop, but unfortunately my bus left 2 minutes earlier than it was supposed to leave without me. So then I'm stuck at the bus stop for pretty much like an hour, and then I have to call my volunteer to tell them my volunteer group to tell them I'm running late. And then I go to my volunteer group and I have a huge migraine. And then the next thing that happens is I'm not allowed to go on my ice cream thing that we had because it was already my ice cream outing that we had because it was already full. And I was super mad because I worked really hard to save my money for it. And then another person was bothering me, and then we got stuck and then we missed our bus, and so we had to walk all the way back from the park back to a bus stop, to a really far away bus stop. So that was my rough day. Number 15, a time you were surprised. Okay, so a time I was surprised was maybe when my mom's friend came to visit me. My mom came in and she brought her friend, came into my work one day and she brought her friend with her. Or no, actually this one time I was really surprised when my aunt and uncle came to visit me while I was at work one day because my mom was having lunch with them, and it was really a nice surprise for me. And I didn't expect them to come by. Okay, so that was the story time tag. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in another video soon. Bye!